Welcome to our weekly Torah lesson. And just as an introduction, as we know, we've been giving Torah classes on the Parsha for many, many years. And this year we decided we're going to bring it up a notch. We're going to learn Zohar on the Parsha with the teachings of the Rebbe and also the teachings of the Rebbe's father, who is a great Kabbalist. So this week's Torah portion is Parsha Bereisheet. And the question of the week is, why is it that when man was going to be created, the whole world trembled? So we're going to start off with sharing a piece from the Zohar. I'll read it in Hebrew and I'll translate it. And the Zohar says as follows: Kadba kochabrichu lemivri adam. When God decided He was going to create mankind, izdazu koliloim v'tatoyin. All the upper and all the lowers, the whole world, everyone that existed was trembling. That's the Zohar. So the Rebbe's father explains why is it they were trembling. And the Rebbe's father explains that since up until man was created, everything was created as independent, whatever it was, the sun, the moon, the animals, the trees, etc. When mankind was created, what does the Torah say? Nasa Adam. What does that mean, Nasa? So the Rebbe's father explains that man is composed and comprised from everything that was created until now. So we're not just an individual, we actually are the sum total of everything that was created. So since man represents and is put together of everything, so the world was concerned that if, God forbid, mankind sins, who's going to get affected? Everybody, because everyone's made up from it. That's the teaching of the Rebbe's father, explains the Zohar. So the Rebbe comes along and asks a very simple question. 1 second. The fact is, when God created the world, every single day of creation, what did God say? God said He saw v'hinei toiv, it was good. Toiv ma'id, it was very good. So if it was very good, why were they concerned that man is going to come along and sin? I mean, let's be positive. Let's think positive. What's this negative approach? So Rabbi explains, and he says a powerful insight. He says as follows: that why was man created at the end of creation? So that the whole world be ready for Him. And like it says in the prophets, that God says, I created the world, v'adam aleh barasi. I created mankind on there. Barasi is the same numerical value as 613. Which means God created us in the world, Barasi, so that He can give us the Taryag, the 613 mitzvot, and by doing the 613 commandments, which is basically the 248 positive, and staying away from the 369 negative, we elevate the whole world. So what happens is, when we elevate the world, we're creating a whole new level. In other words, up until man was created, it was good, it was very, very good. But God said it's not complete. You know what's going to complete my creation? When I create mankind, and mankind doesn't just sit back and relax, but is there doing what God wants, the 613 commandments. So now, the whole world, they weren't concerned of the present situation. Man's going to come and sin. But no. But since mankind is going to be in the world, going to do the 630 commandments, they're going to elevate the world. So now we're going to have to be upgraded. So in the terms of Kabbalah, it's called, they had Yira Boishas. They were in awe, they were embarrassed, because is it possible that they can achieve the level that mankind has to elevate the world? But the Rebbe says here, you see a very powerful lesson. That we have to realize that we're not just independent individuals. We represent everything in the world. Our actions affect the whole world. So therefore, when we go out to the world, whatever we're doing, remember, we are not just a private individual. We're here to affect change in our life, but more importantly, into the world. We have the power to elevate the world. And as we elevate the world, we create a certain calmness in the world. So to answer the question, why was the whole world concerned? They weren't concerned, God forbid, that man would sin and it would cause them to sin. On the contrary, they were concerned that man is going to create a whole new connection with God, and they're going to have to step up to the plate. And they were concerned, could they reach that level as well? So let's hope and pray we all continue doing our work of Barasi, observing the 613 commandments, being a representation of the whole world, and bringing godliness into this world. Thanks so much for joining us for our weekly Torah lesson. This week's Torah lesson is dedicated to memory of Baruch Ben Ari Leib, Shlom Ben Yosef, Rachel Basleep, and Tzines Basara. May their souls be elevated by Torah we're starting in their memory. For more information, please see our website, Chabad, swf.org. Have a great and blessed week. Shavua Tov.